Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2 with the Rude Man. And we're going to make a little trucking trip today, but first of all I want to talk a little bit about my company. And I haven't taken a look lately to see how I'm doing. I have two garages, one in Paris, one in Hanover. The one in Hanover is just a tiny one, which means it's just me. I don't have enough money to upgrade it yet. The one in Paris is a small garage, but it does hold 3 trucks, of which I have 2 stationed there. So let's look at Paris. We have this gal, Stephanie, who's doing pretty good actually. She's driver rating is 2.5 now. And then I have Genevieve. Genevieve is fairly new, that's why she's got the Renault. I need to get rid of that damn Renault. I had the Renault because it was the cheapest truck I could find to get another driver going, but I need to get rid of it so I make a little more money. Genevieve is still really new. She's only 0.8 in her driver rating. She's making a little bit of money. She makes 6 euros a day, a mile. Stephanie's making almost 10. So let's see. Stephanie, I've got her studying the ADRs, which are the explosives, the fuels, that kind of stuff, the dangerous stuff. That's where she's studying right now. As soon as she kicks up into the next one, I'll probably switch her back to something else. I'm switching these around. I don't necessarily like the balanced one, because the balanced one, you don't have any choice of what they're learning. And they put stuff in eco driving. I do not care about eco driving. There may be a reason for it, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what it is. I don't care much for that really. So it looks like she's got the important stuff here. This is fragile. What do they call that? High value cargo. Okay, so this is your high value cargo. This is your just in time, which means you're on a time limit to get these things. These are, you know, those really quick, get it there and get it over with type things. This is long distance, and this is fragile. So as soon as she pops up into the next area, I'll come down and switch her over either to long distance or fragile. Long distance you can make some money at. So, and then let's take a look at the other gal, Genevieve. Genevieve is currently studying high value cargo down here. As soon as she pops into here, we'll move into something else and just kind of slowly build these up. As soon as I get a couple of these up to 2 or 3, then I'll switch her over to the ADR, but she's still too new. So that's where we're at as far as the company goes. Now, I had some troubles. I came in yesterday and I drove for 3 or 4 hours, and I had the worst time in the world. And it all came from ProMods. I've used ProMods and I've never had trouble with it, but yesterday I just had a ton of trouble. Let me show you. I'm going to go to the world map. Now, this is what you get with Euro trucking right now. You get all of Great Britain, and you get, you know, the majority of Europe, including the Eastern Europe, which is Budapest and you know, Poland, those kind of places. With ProMods, you get all of this up here. The problem was I went to deliver something up here, and I thought it was going to be a good trip. I was going from Hanover all the way up. I ran into about this area here, and I hit an invisible wall that did tons of damage to both my truck and trailer. So then I pulled out of that, went back to the nearest town, and took another route up this way. I hit another invisible wall up here. Then I came back down and had to go up this way. I hit almost up here. I hit another invisible wall. Every single one of them caused me damage, which by the time I got to the load to where it was going, I wasn't going to make any money because the trailer was completely damaged. So I decided, but since I'm doing this, I'm going to keep going. I got all the way to my destination and my game shut off. It just died. I turned a corner, boom, I was completely out of the game. I started the game over, had to come all the way back here and drive all the way back up. I turned that same corner, which is from that corner that I turned, I could see my destination to drop the trailer off. The game died again in the same exact location. I did it a third time. I had to go clear back down the map, drive all the way back up. Exactly the same thing. I turned that corner, and boom, the game shut off. So I had to only assume it was the mod. So it was just terrible. After 3 or 4 hours of driving and all of that trouble, the thing damaged. I wasn't having any fun. I wasn't very happy. So I stopped recording, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take Pro Mods off for the time being. It's not the first time I hit an invisible wall. You guys have seen me hit them before in videos. Not in that location, in different locations. So I decided, heck with it. I don't know what's going on with Pro Mods. I'm a little disappointed, especially since I actually pay them every time to. Now, it's only $1, but you know, I pay them to get the download. I'm going to have to go check and see if there isn't some issue that they know about that they've fixed since the last time I downloaded it. In the meantime, I just shut it off, and I'm just going to drive on the normal map. For those of you that are interested, right now until well, actually through tomorrow, I think it is, Euro Truck you can get for like $3 if you're interested in buying this game. Steam has a sale on it, so hopefully I'll get this finished and recorded so that you can, you know, purchase it. But there it is. Anyway, let's get a job here. Get on the road. On the road again. Yeah. So we're in Hanover. Where should we go? Let's click Hanover. Try to go someplace we haven't been yet. I don't want to go up to Carlisle. I've been there. We can take a short trip over to Felixstowe. That pays 17 grand. We could take a forklift. Gravel, that'd be heavy. Forklift to Lille, France. We've been there. Christmas gifts. Ha! Look, they took Christ out of Christmas there. I used to get accused of that. I would paint something and say that it was an Xmas picture, and people say, "Oh, you took Christ out of Christmas." Well, I didn't mean to. It's just a word. Did I really take him out? Come on. You gonna lay that on my shoulders? This one doesn't look too bad. Where's it going? Let's do this one. I want to take Christmas presents. It's still close to Christmas. And I've never been there before, so let's do that. So, someplace we haven't been. All right. Let's start the truck. Take the brake off. I got plenty of fuel. I don't need to sleep. What is going on? Sometimes if you start the truck up and you try to take off too fast, you haven't built up any air pressure. So sometimes you kind of have to wait for that. Now, since I played this game, they've changed the engine sounds. This engine doesn't sound the same as it used to, at least to me. Alright, so let's go head out this way. We'll pick up our trailer. It looks like we're picking it up in here. There's our trailer right there. Okay, let's take this job. And trailer is ready. Let's look at that. I want to look at that trailer. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's got Santa's sleigh on the end. Look at that. That's just too cool. Alright, let's back up and hook this thing up. This is going to be a lot more fun than hauling gravel, don't you think? Yeah, this truck engine sounds absolutely nothing like a truck in the United States. I don't know if I like the sound that they changed it to or not. Okay, we have our trailer. And let's commence our trip. Alright, both ways. And we're off. Yeah, from a little bit I drove yesterday, the engine sounds are so different. I was having a hard time. You know, I'm having to really watch the tachometer because I was over tacking and not knowing it. It just sounds like it's gonna, yet you're lugging it so bad that it's gonna die. And then the next thing you know, you look down and you're over tacked like crazy. So I was having a little bit of a trouble figuring out, without watching the tack, about keeping it from over tacking. But we'll see how this trip goes. It might be a little better. I tried to make sure that I had a full tank of gas and that I didn't have to sleep. And I don't know if I've told you before, but there's you know, you can go into the options on this and turn the thing off that causes you to have to sleep every so often. I don't really see any point in that, but you can do that if you want to. I mean, it kind of makes it kind of fun because there's some times where you've got to sleep and there's no place to pull over, and you're thinking, oh my God, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And it's not quite as bad as you having to go to the bathroom when you're in the car and you can't stop, and you're thinking, oh my God, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? That's a little different. At least with this, you're not going to soil your pants. You may wreck the truck, but you won't soil your pants. Yeah, I wasn't the only one having troubles with invisible walls. I went on the forums and there were a lot of people having trouble with invisible walls. You know, you're just driving along just like this and all of a sudden, boom, you hit an invisible wall. And, you know, you can have anywhere from, you know, a few percent damage on your truck to 40, 50, 60% damage. And it was just terrible. Yeah, see what I mean? It sounds like I'm lugging down, but get into a little bit lower gear. Alright, we're heading for Leipzig. And we're taking the Ausfahrt. Somebody told me once what that meant, and I don't remember. And it's 8:57 a.m. We're getting a good early start. Let's see, our estimated arrival time is Sunday at 6:46. So it's kind of a short trip. But that's okay. We're going someplace we haven't been before. And we get to drive in the daytime. We get to see some farmland. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go back and play one of my old episodes and listen to the sound of the truck, because this, I may be mistaken, but this sounds completely completely different than it used to. Alright, I'm gonna have to get over, I think, if these guys will let me. Yeah, see, I'm in between, like right there, I'm getting to where I need to shift. Okay, but still, it just seems like I'm lugging the engine down. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the Scania sounds that they've changed, or if they've changed all the truck sounds. Speeding. I am. I'm doing 10 miles over the speed limit. As usual, Europe has some beautiful scenery. I just love these green rolling hills. Look at, there's a hobbit hole up there. Which reminds me, I haven't seen the new Hobbit movie yet. I was meaning to see it over the Christmas holidays and I didn't get to it. We even prepared for it during the Christmas holidays. My son and I, he's home from college, or he was. Him and his girlfriend, we sat and watched the first and second Hobbit movies in preparation to go in to see the third one, and then I just haven't done it yet. I need to get it done while it's still here. If you watch the Hobbit movies, there's a love interest between one of the dwarves and a female elf. And I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that, because in the books, that particular dwarf dies. So I don't know what they're doing with this love interest that they've added into the movie that wasn't in the books. Been meaning to pull the books out because I haven't read them since I was a younger man. Started watching. I've had this series since it came out. Have any of you seen the TV series called Firefly? It's got Nathan Fillion in it. It had one season. It's a Josh Whedon show. He's the guy that made Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, it was a really good show, I thought. But it lasted one season, it got canceled. Now, he did have the ability to then make a movie called Serenity that carries on after the series was canceled and completes the story, kind of. Well, there was some closure to it. It doesn't necessarily complete the story. Well, I guess it does. But I'm not going to give you any spoilers if you haven't seen it. But at least he was able to come back and in a movie kind of tie everything up in one fashion or another. And that was kind of nice, because a lot of these times, you know, a series will end because it's, you know, the end of the season, TV season. And if you don't follow entertainment news, which I don't follow news of any kind, really. I don't read newspapers, and I don't watch the nightly news. I hate fretting over things I have no control over. And half the news anymore, you got to listen to it and wonder, well, why is that news? You know, you're watching the nightly news, and they've got some silly people running on a busy freeway, the 70-mile-an-hour freeway, 3 or 4 lanes of traffic, and they're running in between cars driving 70 miles an hour, trying to catch a chihuahua that got out of somebody's car, and you know, almost killing half a dozen people and causing wrecks. And you know, that's news. That's your news for you. There's a lot of news. They usually don't put any good news on. And like I said, sometimes you wonder what made that news. And you know, and the news only shows you what they want you to see. You know, so it isn't necessarily news anymore anyway. And there's a lot of bad stuff in the news and stuff you have no control over. Why do I want to put myself through that? So I don't watch it. But if you don't watch the entertainment news, then you know, you get to watching the new season, or you know, the after it's been on winter hiatus. You know, they do that over the holidays. You get to watching the news, and you start wondering. Like my wife asked me the other day, whatever happened to that show we were watching here about such and such? And I said, oh, I never thought about it. I wonder if it got canceled, because we were watching this show. It ends, the season ends, and then it never comes back on again. And you got to wonder, well, what happened to it? So yeah, you gotta kind of wonder about that. So it's kind of nice when, you know, you get a show like Firefly, which got canceled, and they were able to come on and make a movie and end everything for you, or at least kind of tie things up. There's this one particular show we're thinking of, we were watching. I don't remember whether it was last year or last summer. There was a series about, if you watch the new Star Treks, they've got an actor that plays the Dr. Bones that was in Star Trek. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. He's an Australian actor. He had a show where he had an android partner, and I think it was called Almost Human. And we got to watching that, and it was not too bad. But that's when my wife turned to me just last night and said, whatever happened to that show? Did it get canceled because it's not back on again? Well, I don't know. And so you got to kind of wonder, well, what happened to it? And especially if it was a story, if there's a storyline that they got into that you didn't get a completion to, and then it gets canceled, you didn't even know it. Yeah, I think some of these shows too, they don't give them a good enough chance to get popular. You know, they're always interested in making the instant buck. Everything's got to be an immediate hit. Half the shows that were, you know, that had longevity, it takes, you know, we were talking about Star Trek. Star Trek came out, and it got canceled over a couple of seasons. I think it only did 3 seasons. And it's still showing all these years later, you know. And you got to wonder about some of these shows that start out and they do 1 season and end it, you know, because it wasn't an instant hit. Not all shows are instant hits. Sometimes they take a while. And then you have shows that you got to wonder, why is that show still running? God, there's one in particular. What's it called? I know what I call it. I call it Stupid Natural. It's a show called Supernatural, I think. And it's been on like 100 seasons. And you got to wonder, oops, or at least I do, how's that show still on the air? There's a reason why I called it Stupid Natural. I mean, I watched it for the first couple seasons, and then it just got to be the same old every week. And, you know, the kids were kids. They were 2 young guys, 2 young brothers, struggling against Satan or whatever it was. And now they're almost grandparents. And they're still struggling over the same stuff. Oh, what was that, a speeding ticket? Oh, no, it was a loan. Ah, watch the road, watch the road. There's no way I'm going to wreck and destroy all these Christmas presents. That's what I keep saying. I wish they'd change those sounds, those event sounds, that when you get a ticket, or you pay your loan, or you make a little bit of, one of your drivers makes money, it's the same noise. It'd be nice to have different noises, so when you heard that noise, you would say, oh, one of my drivers just made money. Oh, the bank just took a loan payment. So that you don't have to stop and look down at your GPS and then run off the road. I know, I've said that a million times. I just cut that guy off. Did you see that? I'm an eel Santa. Hey, I gotta get these Christmas presents. We missed Christmas. Gotta get these things delivered. Ooh, look at all the logs up there. Look, it's another Arschfart. Yeah, I was saying, you didn't get to see it because I'm not going to show it to you. That trip I made yesterday that I was so upset about, I now have with Farming Simulator 2015, and we have logging in it. I used to drive this in this game and see all these trees and say, oh, what lovely trees. And then now I want to stop and cut them down because there's logging in Farming Simulator 2015. I want to get out and pull my chainsaw out. And you got to wonder, you're a farmer on a tractor and you jump out and whip this chainsaw out. Where did you have that chainsaw? You know, you just whip it right out. Sorry, I had to sneeze and I about killed myself. Did you see me almost hit that car in the other lane? I'll tell you what, when you watch this video, just blink in the last 15 seconds and you won't have seen it. I had to sneeze and I just was all over the road. Yeah, I'm going to try to go out. I don't have very many mods on this game. I used to. When I used to play this game, I had tons of mods on it. I had trailer mods and gas station mods. Excuse me. The last time I reached up to turn the mic off when I sneezed or coughed, I about wrecked. So I decided just to go ahead and do it this time. Sorry. Hope I didn't blow your eardrums out. This is a pretty cool bridge. Oh, look, there's another one over there. Twin bridges. Is this a tow road? Are we entering another country? This is customs? This must be customs. Oh, this is cool. What, we don't have to stop and give him our papers like in real life? Huh. We just ran through. We've got illegal aliens in the truck. Well, that'd be me, wouldn't it? Now this is the toll road. Okay, let's see what happens here. Now, how come it didn't make the little ching ching sound? Because I paid. Well, I'm disappointed now. wanted a little ching ching sound there, notating that I spent my money. And if you remember, I used to have a mod on there because when I had the Pro mods on, there were some toll roads that there wasn't a pay spot for me, and I had to have a mod that I could just drive right through the rail. But since I turned that off, I turned that other mod off too. I don't think I need it anymore unless I go back to Pro mods. I'm going to go back to their webpage and see if maybe I don't have a, you know, an outdated mod package that they've fixed some of those invisible walls. I can't imagine that they don't know about them. Ooh, look at the combine. Whoa, look at the car. Yeah, see what I mean? I was way up in the red and didn't even know it. If I hadn't looked down at my tachometer. Sorry, I had to cough again. It's hard to stay on the road when you're coughing. You see, we got wind power, we got electrical lines. There's someplace I drove to in my trip yesterday where there were those wind turbines out on the water. Yeah, that's pretty. That little river. Yep. Let's see, I'm doing 71 and I'm only supposed to be doing 50. Yeah, I'm speeding a little bit. Ooh, little construction. Tailgate it a little, just a little. We'll whip in here and pay our toll. Pay our token to the man. I don't know which man that would be, but there you go. Now there's the sound I was looking for. Alright, I feel better now. I paid my toll. Now there's something I haven't seen before. Oh wait, that's a... Oh look, he's letting me in. That's sweet. Nice guy. Who'd have thunk it? Poznan. Are we in Poland? Where are we? I really need to get an Atlas. All right, well, we're getting close to our destination. So ETA, Sunday, 5:18 p.m. And it's 2:31 in the p.m. right now. It'd be kind of nice if I make it in the daylight. That'd be kind of nice. Just one day trip to a place I haven't been before. Whoa, why is he stopping? Oh my God. Why did he have to come to a complete stop almost to make that turn? Man, that was dangerous. All right, here, I'll let you in. I want to beef my truck up. I want to beef this sucker up. I haven't decided whether I want to trade this in on a bigger truck or just beef it up. Oh, another toll road. Let me in? He sure is. Oh, these people are so nice. That was sure nice. The AI is better in this game than it used to be. They have improved that quite a little bit. Because it was terrible before. You'd get cars that would actually would stop right in the middle of the road in front of you. And then they'd take off like a bat out of hell. And, you know, they would... Obviously, if you were driving in real life and you saw a truck in front of you, would you stop? They don't. They didn't. They just came right on, smack you. I got to talk and forgot to shift. What's that all about? Yeah, I had so much damage on my truck in that trip yesterday that I almost couldn't drive it. It was just all over the road. It's almost 3:30 p.m. Coming right along. It looks like we're getting tired, but I'm going to try to make it without sleeping. God, there were a couple times yesterday in that trip I made where my bed in the little GPS thing over here, your information panel, in the lower right-hand corner, see the little picture of the bed. There's a little picture of your truck that shows your damage, and then there's a picture of the fuel tank, and then there's a bed, and it's blue. When it fills all the way up with blue, that's when you have to sleep. But it was in the red yesterday, and I couldn't find a place to sleep. there's another harvester over there. Look at that. I think it's kind of funny because it doesn't look like they're actually harvesting anything. They're driving through the field. The harvester's running. There's dust coming up from the whatever they're harvesting, but they're not actually harvesting anything because the crops are growing up around the combine, and when they drive through, the crops are still there. It's kind of funny. Funny, funny, funny. Yeah, my driver was yawning like crazy, and not only yawning, it was getting tunnel vision, blacking out. One of these days, I'm going to find a trip that has cars. I've never hauled cars in this game. Maybe they won't let me because I'm not that good a driver. You never know. Sunflowers. I'm gonna head over this way and see if I can't bang a couple of cars around. Maybe see if I can't bounce off this guardrail a little bit. What kind of cars you got on there? Those new or used? They look new. He's a happy camper. I can see him singing in there. I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy. Down the road. On the road again. Another harvester. Can't wait to get on the road. He's not doing anything though, he's just sitting there. He must be on a lunch break. Let's see, what kind of truck is this? Is this a cement? Is that a cement truck? Looks like it. Take a look at him. Ooh. No, it's not. Oh, I'm gonna have to go into a toll booth. This guy's gonna stop on me. Oh, he's not gonna. No, he's not gonna let me in. Well, that was done swift and elegantly. Not. We're getting close, aren't we? ETA 4:57 and it's 4:30, so we're getting really close. Good thing too, because our fuel's down quite a little ways. I'm gonna have to fuel up before I take the next trip. Alright, looks like, do we take this turn? We must take this turn. The big winding turn. Okay, and we are going left. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the sign on the right. Is that the two stripes going from south to north? Are those the lanes, the road? And then the thing that goes across, is that an overpass? And it's telling you that you can't go under the overpass? I know in America they have the actual height. So if you know your truck is so many feet tall and you know the underpass is so many feet tall, you're going to say, oh wow, I can't get a 13-foot trailer through a 12-foot opening. Oops. Okay. That's what I get. I went to take a drink of Dr. Pepper. That's why it went up like that. Is this go as you can or what? Because I can't see around. I'm gonna go and get creamed. Oh, you can't be that tired. Come on. Although that's supposed to be me, isn't it? I think I could yawn better than that. Alright, looks like our destination is up ahead here. Lods discovered. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Lods or Lods? Loads? I'll just say it's Lods. We're going to take a right here. Right here we're going to take a right. Quit yawning. Destination ahead. Do we have to stop at the stop sign though? You have discovered a recruitment agency. Ooh. So I can get a Polish driver now. Or that's what I get when I'm at Costco. I get a Polish hot dog. Now I can get a Polish driver. Okay, here we are with Christmas presents. I wonder, I hope somebody was keeping a list to see who was naughty and nice. Alright, that's enough of that yawning. Yeah, I didn't quite make it straight in there, but it's gonna take it. Alright. Christmas gifts delivered from Hanover to Lotz. 411 miles, time taken 9 hours 31 minutes, fuel consumed 104.6 gallons. I made $30,000 and made 872 experience. I'm a skilled worker, it says. Well, we all know that that's not true. Alrighty, well, here we are. We made it safely, believe it or not. I'm going to call it an episode here, and we'll try to find a trip back in the next episode. In the meantime, happy trucking. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give it a like. If you have a friend, share it. And if you haven't subscribed, might as well. And I'll see you next time.